Alright guys, well Coda and I are out here at the woodpile because I wanted to show you something that I think you should be concerned with, especially if you're a first-time sawyer. What I mean by sawyer is first-time person cutting wood. Now if you're out at your sawmill and you've got a big stack like this and you don't have a hose going and watering them down, well you got to be concerned how long they sit here for. Here's the reason. I've had these sitting here for a little while, and when I mean a little while I mean a few months, and the trouble with that is they're starting to develop these little dust piles. And it's not bad because you probably don't notice until it comes down to time to cut it. When you cut it, you're going to notice something which I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'm going to talk about those little dust piles right now. These dust piles I'm talking about look something like this and that and that and this and what else? This. And over to this pile. Looks something like this and this, and a little bit something like this. So as you can see, I've got those dust piles, and what's bad about it is that's a sign that I've got some beetles. And what these guys are powder-post beetles. Say that 5 times fast. When you get them, what happens is they like to live under bark of dead trees like the ones you've got piled up. Eventually what happens with these trees is the bark tends to fall right off it. So they're drying out, the bark falls right off. Life is good because you're thinking, geez, I don't have to take the bark off now when I'm milling it. Well, at the end of the day, I guess that's one good way of looking at it. But the second thing that makes it bad is the staining. You can imagine at lumber mills, what they do is they put water on these logs, or they keep the logs in a pond. That keeps them wet, keeps them moist, keeps the bark from getting these powder post beetles impacting them. Once they're impacted like mine are, you're going to get some holes in the wood. It's going to rain. The rain's going to follow that hole, going to get some staining on your lumber. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean right now. So I'm at my sawmill, as you can see behind me, and I've got a fresh pile of wood here all milled up. What you're going to get with those powder post beetles and the holes they produce is moisture traveling down the holes, creating this discoloration. See right here? See the discoloration, the staining on the lumber, especially on this one. Look at the staining on that. Let's get a real close look at that. That staining is not bad unless you're maybe creating some nice fine furniture with the lumber you're making. For me, I got to deal with it because I'm living and learning here. But at the end of the day, it's going to have an impact on what your wood looks like, and maybe all that hard work ends up for naught. What can you do? Well, unless you've got some sort of sprinkler system and you can hose down the logs you got piled up waiting for the mill, there's not much you can do. My only suggestion, right, Coda? My only suggestion is to cut the trees down, and very quickly after then, you know, within the span of a few weeks, get them milled up. That way you don't let them dry out. You don't give the opportunity for that powder post beetle to come in, dig their holes, and stay in the wood. So hopefully that tip helped a few of you guys, especially you new sawyers. And if you are new to the game, I think you're really going to like it. It's a great hobby. If it's not a hobby and it's a job, well, you probably already know this and you're not watching. Anyways, at the end of the day, you're still out cutting wood, and that's what we all like to do. So keep that dust flying, hit that subscribe if you don't mind, and we'll see you guys all next time.